so it doesn't really last long. I'm gonna get rid of some in here because I don't want to be swallowing all this. But as always, just talking about whatever. Tapping. I'm happy with everybody that, thank you to everybody that watched and liked or commented on the singing shady roleplay video. I knew it wouldn't view well and it didn't, but I was hoping to at least get good likes compared to the views and good comments, which I did. So, I will most likely do another one, maybe more spooky or creepy themed. But I don't know when I'll do that. It's not gonna be. It'll probably be like early next year or something. Who knows? But, that was a tough one to make because I enjoyed it, but it's tough in that I'm singing it and I'm like my brain's not like coming up with stuff on the fly as fast as I'm trying to sing it and have it go and have it have some kind of flow. So next time I might have to have a couple bullet points in my head, or at least come up with a scenario in my head beforehand and go from there. But I thought it turned out alright. And you guys seem to like it, which is key. I've been playing some Star Wars Outlaws. I'm going to do a full impressions video, I think, on this on my other channel, but right here quickly I'll give a quick impressions during this ramble. I am enjoying it so far. It's been enjoyable. You play as, does it say your name here? I think your name's K-Vess. And your little buddy here, Nix, like Bo Nix. I don't know who this dude is yet. I have not met him yet. About 5 hours in, I'm on the first. Well, you start off, I forget the names of these plants. You start off in one, and you kind of get out of there. You do this kind of heist mission. You go into this guy's mansion. You kind of get turned on the people that are helping you. They knock you out, and then you got to get out of there. And then you got to leave the planet. You end up stealing a ship, and you take hyperspace to this other planet. That's where I am now. So it's open. You got a little jet speeder type thing. It's like a motorcycle, pretty much. There's side stuff to do. I'm doing stuff for, I think it's the Crimson Dawn, the Huts, and the Pike, I think they're called. These 3 underworld factions. You get a little cutscene before the game starts, showing these groups, and you get like standing as you do missions, because you're kind of doing missions playing them against each other type stuff. And you have a little meter that shows you, oh, you're in poor standing with them, so when you gotta sneak around them, or if you're in good standing, you kind of roam in their territory, no problem. There's a lot of stealth in this game. The stealth works well enough. The combat's fairly fun. You know, I'm using the blaster. I just upgraded to like an ion blaster. Little burst shot that I needed for story-wise and do some other stuff, but you can customize shit. Right now I'm like getting parts for the ship and this other guy's gonna fix it. Looks pretty nice, pretty solid looking game. Some of the voice acting's a little not great. And the lock picking mini game, you want to call it that. You gotta just splice in or whatever it is. But it's interesting, like I actually do it well, but it still annoys me, which is funny. It does this little like clicking thing. You have your thing in there, and it's like, it's almost like a little song. It's like, when it goes, you gotta hit it. Then when it goes, you gotta hit it twice again, quick, and it will open it. If you miss it, like restarts itself. Right now, they've been in combinations of either 2 clicks or 3. And at first, I'm like, what is this? I don't get this. I'm like, this is annoying. It's the first one. Then I figured it out, and now it's fairly simple, but still annoys me for some reason. I feel like, let me know if you played this. It's like almost like, I don't know. It's like complicated, but it isn't at the same time. It's hard to explain. Like I do it pretty quickly. Like there's a few times where it takes a few, but it's never something that bothers me after that first one. Once I figured it out, but it still annoys me though. It's weird. Like I'm like, oh god, here we go. And there's a lot of it. There's also another thing where you like decoding things, which is kind of cool. It's like a bunch of symbols, and you have like a certain amount of lines. If you go past a certain line, it like triggers. Eventually will trigger guards or stormtroopers or whoever will come. But it's cool, you gotta put 4 symbols in. And if you have a right one, it turns blue and it's locked in place. If you have one that's yellow, it's a symbol that works with the code. You just have to move it into a different spot. And other ones will X out. Once it knows that symbol can't be used, it's X'd out. You don't want to have to hit it again. And that's kind of cool. The character you play as Kay, she's alright so far, standard stuff. There's side stuff to do. You find little treasure locations, kind of puzzly to try to get in there and stuff. Your little buddy here, Nix, you do little stealth attacks, and you can distract them with him, and she'll knock him out. He can also do other things in the game. He can fetch stuff for you, items or whatever. You just get items to upgrade. Bullshit. It's pretty fun so far, though. I've been enjoying it. I'm hoping there's a good amount of worlds to explore. I heard there wasn't a ton, but we'll see. I just ordered another game. It was on sale. They stopped the sales going on. I ordered another game that will be here Sunday. That's $20. One that's interesting. I'll have to go pick up on it. And then I might pop up an updated PS5 collection shortly after that. Wait, what time is it? Somebody was asking about, I think I mentioned this in another video, talking about like the kind of World Cup draw type type stuff. I'll do that. I'm gonna do a dedicated sports ramble pretty soon here. Well, I'll talk about that. It got cold here, man. Dropped into the high 20s overnight. We had to throw the pool filter on. Coming days, I'll get out there and do a bunch more yard work. Most of the trees have dropped their leaves. There's a few that hold on like into February. I got my doctor's appointment on Tuesday. Do that. I'll probably walk into town after that. Maybe hit the antique places. That'll be fun. Haven't been in a bit, which kind of sucks, but. And then that'll be the end. Will already be early December. I want to get a word search up. I hadn't done one in a while, and I think I had gotten a comment. I think it was on one of the. I haven't responded to it yet. It might have been the NFL recap, talking about word searches, how they view better than the recaps. I responded. It's like, yeah, they do. Those I talked about those recaps in the past. They're just getting worse and worse with the views. It's like, I mean, I didn't plan on doing them for every week, but it's like, oh my god. It's crazy the drop off of those things. But I need to do a word search soon, probably by next week. Not bad. We watched this. Did I talk about this? We watched this movie, Wind Chill. It was like 2007, I think it came out. Emily Blunt was in it before she was as big as she is now. It was pretty good. It's like a kind of thriller, paranormal movie. She's leaving from college to go home. During her winter break, I guess she gets this ride from this guy, and their car gets stuck in like a snowdrift, and weird stuff starts happening. Wasn't bad. There's like not much in the theater I'm interested in seeing. And even coming out, like, there's nothing I'm really interested in. I'm gonna be doing a eating dill pickle chips video. I don't think I've done that. I think I've had that flavor at some point, but I don't think I've done a video on it. I gotta get some stuff on the old eBay soon. I sold 2 games recently. I think I talked about them. It was Wasteland 3 and Mutant Year Zero. Those 2 games I picked up. Strategy games for the Xbox One when they were cheap, and I just never got around to playing them. They were still sealed. I was like, screw it. I'm gonna move them. Christmas. Kind of gum chewing and tapping around the house, showing the Christmas decorations. I might pop a video game store roleplay in one of these days too. Definitely before the end of the year. I keep forgetting December's like a few days from now. So 2 days or whatever. So I think it's been a little while since then. That might be a nice shot in the arm too for the views. If that doesn't view well either, I'll be like, uh-oh. The only video that's been a true slump buster, or is slump proof, was the Mickey's video. Good old McD's coming through. Even Burger King didn't do bad, as good as it usually does. But McD's, people love watching McD's eating videos. Who won the Thanksgiving Day games? Because I most likely won't be doing a recap this week of the NFL or the Premier League. But the Packers beat the Lions. Cowboys beat the Chiefs, and the Bengals beat up on the Ravens. Let's see, I'm filming this on Friday. It's not going up Friday, it's going up Saturday. Let's see who's winning I think the Bears and the Eagles are playing today. Bears up 17-9 in the fourth at the moment. Eagles falling apart a little bit unless they come back here. Yeah, I gotta do that yard work. Ugh. Thankfully, most of the leaves can be either blown or the wind blows them into the woods. So it's not like an overwhelming amount of stuff you gotta do, but... I did get a little bit of a, and I talked about this in the video games ramble, like a little bit of a games, like, first I got this, I got the other game. I'm trying to get a little more into games again. I've been enjoying this. Hopefully I continue to play it. But I can also see it being the type of game where I put it down for 6 months. Speaking of Siberia here, I know they released the like the remake or the remaster of the original one, maybe a couple of weeks ago. I may pick that up at a point. first, and then they ported it over the Xbox. I'm not sure. I don't think it came to PS2, but it might have. I like those kind of games. Point and click. Sometimes they get a little boring, and if you can't figure out what's going on, it gets annoying, but they're still cool. Like, this one was good. This was more like almost a traditional game. It was still an adventure kind of game. And you're just searching around, grabbing things, gotta use this there, do that, whatever. But they're definitely less when they make these types of games, which are few and far between these days. They're a little more evolved than those original point-and-click games from back in the day, but still have a lot of the same elements and kind of feel. I had a dump that was just no flavor. Maybe I'll just spray it for a few minutes and then I'll throw some more in. Yeah. There's. Wait, I wonder if it's gonna pick it up. People were talking about like a little bit of the mic sound a little off. It might have been from the cable, or I don't know. Maybe this thing is struggling a little bit these days. I don't know. I think I've had this since 2019. Maybe I'll get a new one at some point. Fiance's playing a game, Little Nightmares 3, so I don't know if I'm hearing that or it's something else. I can't tell. I don't know. But, oh, I was gonna just say something else and freaking, right in my head. Oh, that sounds, how good it is. Yeah. I said that we finished up Tulsa again. I think I said this in another video that I still like the show, well acted. I like the storylines, but there's like never any stakes at play for Manfredi's group, Stallone's group. Like, there's like a bomb maker who's blew up a building. Everybody gets out scot-free. They figure it out. They get him. They kill him. They get out. There's like never any stakes. You know his group's gonna come out on top with like limited heartbreak or anything. Even though, let's be honest, like, he's a bad guy too. Like, you made it seem like he doesn't. They get these other scumbags to be the bad guys for a season. It's like, no, you've done your fair share of messed up stuff. And we're still watching it. Everybody's talking about Stranger Things right now. That last season just started. I think they showed a couple episodes, like 3 episodes or something. I said in the past, we watched like the first maybe 4 or 5 episodes or something like that of the first season. It was cool, but I just stopped fucking watching it, and not even that because we didn't like it, just stopped. Maybe once it's done, or even beforehand. This is what, like 4 seasons? This is the 5th season. And we just kind of go in there and watch it all. When did that first season start, man? I gotta look that up. Because wasn't there a massive gap between this 4th and 5th season? Like, the kids all got... They're hitting that age where all of a sudden you start to look like much older. Like, to a point where it's like, you can't really be playing kids this age anymore. You're like, what's her name? In Beverly Hills 90210 back in the day. They're all in 10th grade and 11th grade or whatever it was. And Andrea, like, totally looked like she was, like, 35. When did you start? October, no wait, sorry. The first season released in 2016. Wow. Yeah, 5 seasons with over pretty much like 9-10 years. Like the adults in the show, like it's not a big deal. Whatever, they can pretty much look exactly the same. Kids started in that point because they actually have, they were kids when it started, They didn't go that route of when they're like, they're supposed to be like however old they are, and they're really like in real life 20. Outer Banks, a lot of shows do that, where you're just like, all these people are supposed to be in 10th grade, and they're like 30 years old. I think they joked on that a lot in the 21 Jump Street movie. Yeah, so maybe you could give that series a watch through. I'm still watching it. That's still going on. I like that show. It's pretty cool. I've watched that show. The Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. It was originally in the UK in 2004. And I was watching a video and these people mentioned it. I'm like, I'll check that out. And it's dude, it's hilarious. Like one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It's rewatchable and you're noticing more stuff because it's like the Garth Marenghi, and he just wrote a new book. Like the guy, Matt Holness, the actual guy, who's the character. Like he's in character for this show. It's like he's the actual author, and in the 80s they made a TV show, but nobody wanted to air it. I think it aired in Peru or something. And now, like I think it's supposed to be like at the time, the present day, and like 20-something years later. Now we're showing the episodes for the first time, and they're having interviews with the people that are playing. And it's purposely bad, like badly edited, badly framed, badly acted. So it's hilarious, overdubbed on purpose in points. Like all of a sudden you won't see a guy and you'll just hear his voice as part of the conversation. And every time you watch it, like you're noticing another little thing. It's actually really, I love it. And I recognize Matthew Holness because this is when we got down here, but I can't remember when. I was watching this show called Bruiser, which is another. It lasted one season. It was like 2002, I think, or maybe earlier. I don't know. It was like a lot of heavy hitters in the comedy and acting scene that ended up becoming heavy hitters. Like, is it Robert Webb and David Mitchell? Mitchell and Webb, Peep Show. That Mitchell and Webb look. I think they have another show now together. They do stuff on their own as well. But, I think it's like their names aren't helping or whatever. Martin Freeman's in there. Obviously, he was in the British Office. Then he went on to. He was in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy movie. He played Bilbo Baggins. He's been in other stuff. He's in the first season of Fargo. He's in Sherlock Holmes as well. That show with is it Benedict Cumberbatch? He was Sherlock, right? But what's his name played Holmes? Martin Freeman. Olivia Colman, that's her name, right? She's since won an Oscar, I think. She's popping up all over the place. She also was in Peep Show. It's funny, you see these people in the same kind of comedies over there, like Matt Berry, Richard Ayoade, a lot of them pop up in the same things, but because they're both, those two guys are in Dark Place with Matthew Holness. I thought it was hilarious. And then I watched a short by Matthew Holness called A Gun for George, I think. It's like a 17-minute video. It's like, and it's shot in that kind of way of like a 70s like pulp movie, like a revenge type movie. He also wrote and directed something. I watched some of it. It's legitimately creepy, unsettling. I gotta continue to watch. It's called Possum. I think Sean Harris is the main guy in it. He was in 2 of the Mission Impossibles, Rogue Nation, and the one after that is at Fallout. He's been in other stuff too. But he has books as Garth Marenghi in that character. He's got like 3 books. I think he does the audiobooks too, in character. And apparently he tours the UK doing his character and stuff. He's like in character signing the books and he's doing interviews and shit. I love that kind of stuff. And then there was a spin-off of Dark Place, Man to Man with Dean Lerner, Richard Ayoade. His character, and Matthew Holness is like the guest on each one, and he's different people each one. He's playing the part of like every guest. But I love a lot of those comedies, the British ones specifically. That now I've talked about a Peep Show, Spaced, Black Books, Snuffbox. I found recently that show's hilarious. That's with Matt Berry and Richard Fulcher, who is from America. He's since moved over there, but he's an American who moved over. That show's hilarious too. That's more of like the sketches and stuff. And stuff like that, Mitchell and Webb look, and there's one called Hardware that I watched with Martin Freeman was in that one. My Family, which was the kind of the British Married with Children, but not as raunchy as Married with Children. Married with Children got like, by the end it got a little goofy, like, oh, here's Satan in an episode. I think Freddy Krueger might have played. They go to hell at some point. It got so ridiculous. But when that show was on, it was hilarious. It was just them ragging on it. It's the family ragging on each other for half an hour. Let's see if the Islanders are still losing. Well, it looks like Schaefer got a goal in there. I love any sport. Well, specifically, baseball's the one that you don't see as much, although people will complain about the umps. But I swear, I don't know what the score is. If it could be 3-2. It was 2-0 Flyers. The umps looks like they have 2 goals, but they could still be losing. But if you go on an Instagram page, football and hockey and basketball, no matter whose team loses, it was always the refs helped out, right? Always our team and the ref versus so and so and the refs. It's like almost every game of every sport. If you go to these teams, Instagram's always the refs were awful. The refs were awful every time. It's like, dude, it's almost unbearable, man. And don't get me wrong, the refs are bad in sports, but they're not the reason your team's lost every one of their games. Because that means every time your team wins, it's because the refs helped you out. It's 3-3 at the end of the second now. Goal fest. Who's in net today? Zurikim's starting to play good, but I don't know if he's in net today. No. Riddich is. He's not playing well. They were down 3-1. And Schaefer's got another goal there and an assist as well. He's a little bit of a point drought there, but he still has like 17 points now. He's having a hell of a season, but a lot of guys are ripping it up. Like, there's guys getting, but you could have 15, 20 guys go for 100 points this year, the way people are scoring. I think it was maybe the 92, 93, 94 season where guys were just going nuts. Guys are scoring points like left and right. There's a lot of 100-point scorers that year. Those years. Yeah, but I definitely need to do a video game role play in December. Get another word search up. It has been a couple, at least 2 months, maybe 3. I don't know. I used to do more role plays. I do need to kind of, especially in the new year specifically, I need to kind of try to get into more of a role play groove. Something, but like I've said in the past, I need to be in the mood to do that. Do it, because if I'm not in the mood to do a role play, it's just not going to come out well. It still was nice doing that singing one. It was just something different for me, and you know, it was definitely fun. I'll go a few more minutes here. I'm at just under 40. Maybe get to about 45 minutes. Maybe I'll end the last like 3-4 minutes of just whispering. This is gum's lost all its flavor. This stuff's alright. I'd rather just have like a piece of gum, not have to shove a ton of this shit in my mouth. I might be able to get this back in here. I don't know if those deals I guess will just go throughout the weekend. I don't know. But it's like part of me is like I want to grab another one. The thing is, part of the reason I'm grabbing these games now too, because I'm not going to go nuts getting the games in 26. I talked about in the video games ramble the games I'm interested in getting. The 3 that I'm really interested in. I've already thrown a pre-order onto Fatal Frame 2 remake or remaster, whatever the hell it is. I got the gold. The internet's actually been acting up here a bit. When we were at the concert, we got the alert. It went out for a couple of hours. It went out the other day for a bit. It was spotty a few times. I'm like, I think they're doing work or something. And they're trying to act as though it's like, oh no, we're not actually doing work. It's just... I love when they say the weather and you look and like your whole county is like clear as day. Speaking of that, we're actually going to a light type show thing. I guess it's like a drive-through light thing. Christmas lights in Greensboro, I think maybe next weekend. That should be fun. We did one of those in Jones Beach, which was cool, and then we did another one. I remember this one. We went, and it was, I forget, it was down by like Mastic Shirley in New York, Long Island. And it sucked. Like, it took so long just to get in and then go through this thing, and we all had to pee so bad. And everybody was slowing down, gawking at the deers, because there's a lot of deer in there, but they were not in the road in the way of the cars, and the cars are moving slowly. They were off on the little grassy areas, and people are gawking at them like, you've never seen a deer? Even Long Island has a ton of them. And that was part of the reason there was such a holdup. It was so annoying. Like, you couldn't even enjoy the thing. It was like so frustrating. The one in Jones Beach moved at a nice pace. That one was cool. So I'll check this one out next weekend. Maybe hit the Old World Market again. I don't know why I just took, there's a little piece still there. Little pieces of those things suck. It's like it does nothing. You gotta throw a handful in your mouth to create a good amount of gum. Yeah, like I said, this weekend I'll be doing some reading as well this weekend. I gotta finish up the book I'm reading. And then I might go into The Shakespeare Secret, is that what it was called? Move into that. I'm excited about getting that one. I put it on my Christmas list, so I'll be getting that for Christmas. That Garth Marenghi one. I'm excited to get that, but that's not going to be obviously till Christmas. So, and we're in Florida for Christmas, so I won't be. I think we're going to just open our gifts, exchange our gifts like on the 27th. We're coming on the 26th, so we'll do that on the 27th. I'm trying to think if there's any gum in there. But yeah, that's gonna be a good time going down there and stuff. It was funny. We were at Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm like, oh, we're going to Florida. And my aunt was like, oh yeah, we'll get Sizzle and Grill. This place in Lake Wales. It's good food. For Christmas, I'm like, oh, that's cool. My fiance's like, wait, what? We're not like having a roast or something. Like, you know, our family does like the 7 fishes and stuff. I've been a part of that, but like, me, I'm just like, dude, I can eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on Christmas. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not like, I don't associate the food with the holiday and stuff. Like, whatever, if I'm eating something good, fine. But if I don't have it, I'm like, hey, I can get the El Dorado chicken sandwich from Sizzle and Grill. That's awesome. I'll do that. You know, like, hey, that's elf Christmas dinner to me. Because I was like, oh wow, they're open on Christmas. And my aunt was like, yeah, they're open to like 6 or something. So I'm like, I don't care. But it's like, I'm like, I could always tell my friends. I'm like, always tell them we can. She's like, no. It's about being with the people. The food doesn't concern me. Like I said, I would eat a bowl of cereal and be satisfied. Like, but anyway, yeah. This is just a gum chewing long ramble with some tapping. This is